A weapon of mass destruction that has blast power, or cannons, that can blast away an entire city or cities with a humongous blast radius that can wipe out a lot of crap. A being with just a flip of a switch can just level an entire city or cities. Oh my goodness, am I going too fast for you guys? Oh my bad, Iron Giant. If you choose the right ones, animated films or movies can be some of the best movies. One of my favorites I grew up with was The Iron Giant. The movie is made by the same person that made The Incredibles, so it makes sense on why I like the film. He's an extremely large giant robot. He has an interesting diet that makes him to where he eats metal. If you watch the movie, you'll know this. His origins are unknown. He came from space apparently. Apparently was here for a purpose but lost his memory by banging his head. That's why he got a dent in his head. Ends up becoming cool with Hogarth, being friends. Hogarth teaching him about superheroes like Superman to do good, being inspired by this.
All right then. You're with me.
It's almost like we're getting to see fan service of him meeting his idol, but how strong is he? Let's go. I personally wish there was more lore, like maybe we got a sequel movie to get an understanding of his origin, but right off gate, he's one of those characters just like off his pure size alone, he has to be strong. There's even a size comparison chart to where he's even bigger than some buildings and stuff of that such, makes tanks look little and things of that such. Like, for example, we can literally see him lift up huge rocks with ease and can easily uproot trees. And he's strong enough to stop cars with ease. Cars he can sling very far distance. When his hand was detached, he can lift up an entire barn. Oh, by the way, he can reattach limbs. That's technically one of his many abilities other than his super strength. We don't really know the limits of him because we don't really know where he came from, what metal he's made out of, stuff like that. Like, his pieces of his body will literally walk towards himself if he's blown apart. Thanks to the self-repair system you got right here. So his limbs will know to follow and go to him. Yeah, his repair system is really sophisticated. It's pretty delicate, might I add. He technically has thrusters to where he can fly. Seems to be able to survive in space with no issue. See, here's the thing. There's more to the Iron Giant than meets the eye. You got his base form, his friendly mode. But one could say he can literally turn into a weapon of mass destruction at will. Seems to have all different types of lasers and cannons and blasters on him that he can transform his body into. So it's pretty obvious he can punch hard because he can lift a lot of weight for his size. He's just strong because of his size in general, but he literally has cannons and blasters. Yes, he has blast power. Like, he legit has laser cannons to where he doesn't necessarily have to transform, or he can just make full-blown cannons. Weapon of mass destruction style stuff, blasting multiple directions at the same time. So he can fire this greenish looking styled energy, produce huge blasts. When it comes to his eye blast power, without even talking about his other cannons, his blast power can burn through steel like it ain't nothing, messing up vehicles. So it's obvious stuff like vehicles don't stand a chance to his blast power. It's pretty much a given that his blasters or cannons can tremble buildings and level them. And he actually can be sentient-ish to where he can get emotions, to where he can get real mad. You can shoot building leveling tank attacks and he just eats it, so he can take what he can dish out. His cannons have blast power to blast a tank out, so it's pretty much proven he can launch tanks in the air with his blast power. He can shoot energy blasts that can actually incinerate tanks, apparently. So it's without question that his blast power or cannons can tremble or level buildings and make them fall. One could say there's a drastic power level in general increase when he goes into this battle mode. Even his durability and other statistics go up because stuff that usually would make him flinch, like these missiles, for example, made him flinch in pain in this particular occasion. But when he transformed, stupid stuff like bullets and missiles, the same things that used to make him flinch, don't even make him flinch anymore, like them tank shots. I look at it like this. If forms like this can cause this much damage, whatever he can do in this form, his higher form can even do better, honestly. In this super mode, for example, it seems like he can just blast a lot of blasts at the same time to hit multiple tanks at once. Huge cannons this far away, for example, hit him and it don't really do much to him. It was so bad they had to resort to a nuke to even hope to damage him. One can make an argument that this is his mightiest attack. One could say he can charge up a massive energy blast from his chest, like a unibeam type stuff, to where it creates a gigantic explosion way off in the distance, and he can produce blasts that one can say could envelop a small city or a whole city if need be. City trembling, city destroying, city shaking power. Do you think he can blast away a city or cities, multiple cities, just a big town? What do you think? I mean, I honestly look at it like this. His armor is dang near immune to heat if he can withstand a nuke without the pieces of his body getting incinerated or melted. Keep in mind, guys, he wasn't even in his buffed up state. He was in his base form, one could say, and he still got hit directly by this missile that was a nuclear explosion that was so massive it can be seen from ground level, guys. I gotta admit, this did put him out of commission for a little while. So one could say this is approaching his limit, but this was his base form, so you gotta put that in consideration as well. He was out of commission long enough for them to actually build a statue in remembrance to him. So he was out for a little while, one could say. Whenever he's broken into pieces, it doesn't seem like he's like legitly tore. Like it's like his pieces just got disconnected and he has to reconnect them. Seem like none of his body parts seem to be ever melted off or anything. He can always reattach himself. How do you think Iron Giant would stack up against Mr. Incredible when it comes to raw power output? I want to hear you guys' thoughts below. But before I get going, I gotta say, thanks for the generous donations, everybody. Helps out a lot. You all should respect the Iron Giant, though. I'm glad you are enjoying your time on the channel. Make sure you check out the playlist on the channel to see other How Strong videos. If you like what this channel is offering, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys later.